Hey there, today we're going to take a look at Lightroom's capability of taking a GPS tracking from whatever, your phone, your watch, whatever the case is, and loading it into Lightroom so you can actually then geotag your images. But I also ran into something really strange when working with Garmin's Explore app. Let's get right to it. So I'm going to bring up the app here right on my phone, and what I want to do, I'm going to be looking both at my screen here and then at the app, and so I'm going to highlight a few things. So on this image that I've decided to keep, I've not processed it, so please forgive me for showing you an unprocessed image, but however, take a look at the timestamp here. The date and time, 9/6/21, 9:23 a.m. All right, it's going to be really important that our GPS is synchronized with our camera if we want it to just happen smoothly and great and all that other good stuff. Well, here I'm on Isle Royale National Park, and I was actually a little bit off because Isle Royale National Park is in the Eastern time zone, and so the GPS recognizes that. My phone actually recognizes that and switched the time on my watch as well. I use a Garmin Instinct watch. I'll throw a picture up here so you can see what kind of watch I have. And then, so I already had an hour's difference. But now let's take a look at what's going on here on my phone screen. What we've got going on is, okay, let's first take a look that one right in the middle. I'll get it so it's right in the middle. It says it happened at 11:38 a.m. So again, 2021, 9/6, that's the only track I did that day. But then it says it started at 11:38. Well, this says it started at 9:29. So we've got a few minutes where I didn't get a track. So from the 38 to the 29, I don't care about that. That's not a big deal. I'm not going to concern. What I'm concerned about is those couple of hours off. Okay. And so that's really not a big problem, but let's take another look. I'm going to tap that item here on the Garmin and take a look at what happens. Now towards the bottom, it says length, duration, and time started. What's up with that? In this previous window here, in this previous view, it says it started at 11:38 a.m., which that's when I was in that time zone. That is the true time that I started shooting and all that stuff. I did have a problem with what the camera was set to. The time zone that the camera was set to was off. But why in the world does the Garmin Explore app then change it here? Here we have 11:38. It says it started. Then it says, oh, no, you actually started at 8:38. Well, this time started here is now the time zone in which the phone is currently in. And it's just really stupid. I don't understand why it would even do this. Why would it even be an option? It should only be locked into whatever the time is for when I was there and actually doing the hike. So Garmin, why does it I just don't get it. Okay, now rant over. Let's move on. I'm going to hit these triple dots up in the corner, and I'm going to hit share. And I'm going to go ahead and share it with myself on my computer, doing the old Dropbox thing. And then I'll hide that. And now it is saved into my downloads over here on the computer. All right, so now what I need to do is I need to select the range of photos. Well, I don't need to do that right now, but eventually I'm going to need to select the range of photos, so I might as well go ahead and do that now. So I'm going to slide over here, and I'm just going to grab all of these photographs that are the entire spectrum of whatever this is. So I ended at 7:12 p.m. So this evening shoot actually is not going to be on this GPS track at all. The GPS track should end with, I would presume, this one. Let's see when this one is. 6:10, because it says the duration is for 4 hours. Yeah, I don't know, but you know what? It's not going to have a problem. It's going to fix itself. It's going to be just fine, and I'll show you what I mean by that in a moment. So what we're going to do, in these images at the end where I was shooting where I didn't have any tracking data, and back on the phone app again, I can take a look here and I can remind myself, okay, I started here where the blue trail is, and I can go up over here and I can look and I say, hey, look, there's the end where I'm at Huggin and Cove. So I'll just go back to the beginning because whatever. We need to start somewhere, right? All right, I'm going to go up here to the map module, and then this has a different different track log that I loaded. So don't worry about that because I'm going to load another one. So I'm going to load Tracklog, and it's going to go to the downloads. And then let me just grab, the date, so this is the one here, 11:47. That was done 2 minutes ago. Great. So let's go ahead and grab this, and we're going to load it in. Now, when we load it in, it does load it as a series of track logs that I have. And that's awesome because it will literally show you that same route, the same hiking route in this case that I did. All right, but now what we need to think about is, okay, none of these were actually tagged yet. I want to make sure that we understand that. It would have been tagged if the time logs had all matched up. It would have just, Lightroom would have just been, yep, here it is. And that has been my experience because I've only done it all in the same time zone, and it has been it just works. It's just beautiful. It works. That's awesome. All right, so let's go now and hit set time zone offset. And so we can see here, we have a little bit of a disparity between ours. So we're just going to go and we're going to shift it over one. Now we do have the photos going all the way to 7 p.m. at night, and the track log only goes to almost 2 p.m. Not a big deal. I could have gone in there and I could have said, okay, only select photos that go to about 2 p.m., but it shouldn't be a big deal. But what I've done is I've shifted that time to where it's now realizing where it needs to be. Now here's the thing that I have a problem with. This should have come in, rather than the track log coming in at 8:38, it should have come in at 11:38. And then I would have to backtrack 2 hours because it was truly 11:38 when I started this hike. I know because I was there and I remember it. It also shows me on the original track log, let's say, of what it's telling me there. And I know that I started just before noon and I ended just after noon with that hike. But for some reason, then it comes in and it reprograms it as my current Pacific time zone item. And it just bugs me to no end that it does that. It shouldn't, in my opinion, should not be doing that at all. All right, so I'm going to shift it because, again, my camera was off. My camera time zone, I did not fix that to be synchronized with what I thought was that I was synchronizing with anyway. I did not fix that until like the second day or something like that. So that's my fault. That's my problem. That should also be 11:38, but again, that's my fault. But this track log, no, whatever. I'm still able though, as long as it's only an hour. Well, I can do half hours and such too, but as long as it's, a nice time frame where I know I can just say, hey, this is how much far I was off. And since we're dealing with time zones here, it's just rounded hours, then it works just fine. And then we can do that offsetting. And now what we have to do is hit this other button, auto tag these photos. And then it's going to go through, you can see up here in the upper left-hand corner, it's doing its work. And then you can see now it's putting these photos here on the map. Now, like I had said, it didn't do all of them because I had selected more photos than what was actually track logged. So when I'm over here, let's find a place here. So this one was, let's say I'm trying to find the last one that was geotagged. Here, I can also just click on that. And so that's these moose pictures here. And then this one, it seems, is not going to be geotagged. Another way I can quickly check that is if I come over here into the library and then I look at my metadata location, I can see my GPS info is blank. There's nothing there. So this is out of the time frame of when I was photographed or tracking the log. So here you can see it was photographed at 1:53. I had just turned my watch off apparently just minutes before I took this picture for some reason. But over here on this image, then I should have, see, there is the GPS info coming in. All right, so on an image like this, I'll have no clue specifically where I shot this image. So I know it's in the Huggin Cove area. So I'm just going to kind of come in here and I'm going to say, you know what? it's probably in that area there. And then these trees, these awesome tree root pictures, really did love these. I'm just going to dump them on the same area. I don't know for sure where they were at. And so now those images are going to be geotagged. And so we can just run back here, let's grab this image, and we have a geotagging for that image now. Let's run back to the map, and I'm going to zoom in up here, or scroll in up here. Now, I had hiked originally to the campsite here, but then I decided, you know what, I'm going to go way over here. And so I know these other pictures are from this rock outcrop over here. So when I come and grab these images, I'm going to go ahead and just do them all. Certainly some were from here, some were from here. And let me see it. No, I can't zoom in any further. So it doesn't really matter to me, did I get them from here or from over on this edge of the rock? Yeah, it'd be nice if I had the GPS track log going, but I didn't. I knew I was going to be just in this one little area. It's going to be easy for me to just do this drag and drop, and I'll just put it right there. And then it's going to ask me probably again, do you want to do it for the one photo or for all of them? And it decided to just do all of them. I guess it took my selection from the last time it asked me that, what I would like to do. All right, so that is, in a nutshell, if your GPS track log is not going to be synchronized directly with your camera time, then we can see, okay, this is how you shift it around. But again, why in the world Garmin does this to us, and they shift the time according to what is according to your current time zone when you're accessing this data, I think that's just stupid. I don't know what they're thinking. Maybe there's a setting I don't know about, but this shouldn't be something, in my opinion, that is the default behavior if there is a setting that I just haven't found yet. That's it for this video. Thanks so much for watching. Do check out the other videos I have and head on over to my website, brentbergherm.com. You'll find everything about the Latitude Photography School, where we're looking at helping you understand, number one, what's important for you in your image making. Number two, how can we maximize every time you go out in the field? What can you do with your compositional experience, your skills there, build them up, and we just move you forward and get you really honed in on making the images that you want to create that have the impact that you want to make. So check it out over there, brentbergherm.com. Thanks again so much. Until next time, happy shooting.